Okay, so today we're just going to do a real quick video on how to trim your blocks. So we've paper pieced our unit. This is unit S from the Desert Sky, and we need to trim off all this excess fabric. So let's do just a real quick how to do this. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a ruler and a rotary cutter, and I like to use my smaller one, especially on the curves here, because I have a little bit more control with going around the curves like this. I like to use the smaller 28mm rotary cutter, but you can still use if you have your 45. This one for me just gives me a little bit more control around the corners. And then you want to have a ruler. Any ruler will do. Just want to make sure that it has a line where your 1/4 inch mark is. And so like this one has a dash line. On this side it has a solid line. I prefer to use the dash line because it helps me look at it a little bit closer. But so what we're going to do is match up this 1/4 inch line on the ruler with the 1/4 inch line on our block. So if you can see that I've matched this dash line up right along the 1/4 inch line on my block, and I'm just going to hold that nice and firm, and we're going to trim that off, and that way it leaves a nice edge. Flip the block, we'll do that on this side, matching up that dashed line with the 1/4 inch line right here on the inside. You don't want to try to match up the edge of your ruler with that line because sometimes it's hard to get. So if you match up the dashed line or your 1/4 inch line with the 1/4 inch seam allowance line, then it is a lot easier to get that lined up than it is the outer line. So you can trim that and get a nice outcome. So now when it comes to the curved seam, what I like to do, and there are curved rulers out there that you can try to use, and some people like to take their straight ruler and follow that around. For me, what I found, even having a curved ruler that could probably work for this, it's just easier for me with the smaller rotary cutter to just basically line it up on the outer black line and just slowly follow along and trim that outer line. And sometimes if it's curved like this, you can even pull and rotate the block a little bit like this. And there you have your trimmed block. So now the next step will be to get this curved seam sewn, and we'll start assembling our quilt.